How do you fill your room at no cost? I'm talking about no cost. Hi, Jack here. And first of all, I would like to share with you this very important tip I've learned from Joe Bauer, who, for those who do not know who Joe is, let me just give you a little bit of his background. Most people seek help from Joe because of his ability to teach presentation skill, communication skill. In fact, a lot of platform closers, i.e., the speakers who sell on stage are trained by Joe. So myself actually is one of Joe's students since August 2014. Now, the question is how to fill a room with no cost. So I happened to see Joe when he is in Singapore today, and he's actually giving a training to a group of master graduates. So he asked, how do you actually fill a room at no cost? So the question is, why is that important? Why is that important to fill a room at no cost? How many of you realize that to fill a room nowadays, if you are speakers, if you are trainers, you notice that number one, it costs money. Facebook cost in Singapore is crazy. Malaysian cost is crazy. And some other places, the Facebook cost is also escalating. Another thing is about the time, because you do have to spend time to fill the room, isn't it? And the worst thing that can happen is that you spend money, you spend the time, there's no guarantee that you will have people coming to the room. So the problem is that when you do not have people in the room, I don't really care how many years of experience you have as a speaker, as a trainer, or how fascinated your topic is, no room means you are not going to have your presentation. No room, no people in your room, even though you are so helpful, but you cannot help other people. So the question is that, especially for those of you who are new to this business, who are doing this for the very first time, or maybe in your first year, and you may not have a big budget to fill the room by spending on ads, how could you do it? So now, first of all, here's the solution. Are you ready for this? Okay, the solution is this. This is Joe's secrets. What does it mean? Let me explain. Number one, you need to leverage your existing students or people you have helped before by asking them to do you a favor. And of course, in the world, there's no such thing called doing you a favor without any return. So what Joe's strategy is all about is that whenever he comes to Singapore to return to Singapore to help the master graduates, his existing students, and same thing goes to other places as far as I'm aware. So he will offer what we call a free training. So by free training, it means that he is gathering a group of master graduates to give them additional training, which is free of charge, because once you have invested in Joe's training, and whenever Joe's coming back, he is able to run free trainings and he's not charging anything. So that's the thing. So all he does this afternoon is that he asks the master graduates to do him a favor. So the favor is very simple. I have a link which I would like you to help me out to send your link to 2 people. And he's not asking for like 20 people, 50 people. So how many of you have helped previously at least 2 students? So if you do, all you need is just to ask them, I'm going to give you a free training, and all I need you to do is that, can you help me send the link to 2 of your network? And by all this spillover effect, as you can imagine, if you, let's say, have 10 people, 20 people, you can easily gather a room of 50, 60 people at no cost. All you need to do is to invite your students to come back to do a free training. And then you leverage your network. Ask your students, okay, I'm going to give you a link. By the fact that you come back to receive training from me, I'm asking you to return this as a favor. It's very simple, because no student would then say no. In fact, all students Joe asked to help him actually stood up and actually agreed to help him. So you just need to invite 2 people. Okay, so here's the first thing. The second thing is this. When you send the link out, would that mean that you are sending people out, that people will attend Joe's training, and what Joe is going to do is to actually help them by giving them all the tools, the techniques in the 1-day class, which is easily worth over $5,000. So there's actually a value there. And what is even more interesting is this. After the 1-day training, if these people decide to invest in Joe's process, some of them will, some of them don't. Of course, then people like the students will be able to get a commission. Okay, I'll just end the training here. I will just do it one more time. There's the